Hello everyone, this is Earth Archives. On July 13, 2024, US time, former President Trump was sniped at a rally. Fortunately, his life was not in danger. This reminds people of the assassination of US President John F. Kennedy when he was seeking re-election. Today, we will take advantage of this opportunity to learn about events. Before the show starts, please subscribe, share, and turn on the little bell. This will help us grow faster. Without further ado, the show begins. November 22, 1963, dawned as a bright and sunny day in Dallas, Texas. The city buzzed with excitement as President John F. Kennedy's motorcade wove through the streets. Crowds lined the route, eager to catch a glimpse of the charismatic leader. What began as a hopeful day of political outreach ended in a national tragedy that would forever alter the course of American history. The assassination of JFK, a young and vibrant president, plunged the nation into grief and spurred an avalanche of questions and conspiracy theories that continue to captivate the public to this day. The man and the moment. John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, was a symbol of a new era in American politics. Born into a wealthy and influential family, JFK's rise to the presidency was marked by charm, eloquence, and a vision of progress and change. Elected in 1960, he faced significant challenges, including the Cold War tensions, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and the burgeoning civil rights movement. Yet, his youth and energy brought hope to many Americans who saw him as a beacon of a brighter future. By late 1963, Kennedy was gearing up for his re-election campaign. The visit to Texas was part of a 5-city tour aimed at mending political fences and garnering support in a crucial swing state. Kennedy, along with First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy, Texas Governor John Connally, and his wife Nellie, were in an open-top limousine, waving to the cheering crowds as they drove through Dealey Plaza in downtown Dallas. The fateful drive. At 12:30 p.m., as the motorcade turned onto Elm Street, 3 shots rang out, echoing through the plaza. The first shot missed the motorcade entirely. The second shot struck President Kennedy in the upper back, exiting through his throat. The third and fatal shot hit Kennedy in the head, causing catastrophic injuries. Governor Connally was also struck but survived his injuries. Panic erupted as Secret Service agents rushed to protect the President and First Lady. The motorcade sped to Parkland Memorial Hospital, but the doctors' efforts were in vain. At 1 p.m., John F. Kennedy was pronounced dead. Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson, who had been 3 cars back in the motorcade, was sworn in as president aboard Air Force One at 2:39 p.m., with Jacqueline Kennedy standing by his side, still wearing her blood-stained pink suit. The immediate aftermath. The news of Kennedy's assassination spread like wildfire, leaving the nation in shock and mourning. Schools and businesses closed, and people gathered around televisions and radios, seeking answers. The city of Dallas was in a state of lockdown as authorities scrambled to find the assassin. Within hours, the police had a suspect, Lee Harvey Oswald. Oswald, a 24-year-old former Marine who had defected to the Soviet Union and returned to the U.S., was arrested for the murder of a Dallas police officer, J.D. Tippit, just 45 minutes after Kennedy was shot. By the evening, he was also charged with the president's assassination. Oswald denied the charges, claiming he was a patsy. The murder of Lee Harvey Oswald. As the nation grappled with the enormity of the tragedy, the story took another dramatic turn. On November 24, 1963, just 2 days after Kennedy's assassination, Oswald was being transferred from the city jail to the county jail. In a moment broadcast live on national television, nightclub owner Jack Ruby stepped out of the crowd and fatally shot Oswald in the abdomen. Oswald was taken to the same hospital where Kennedy had died and was pronounced dead at 1:07 p.m. Ruby's murder of Oswald only fueled the fire of speculation and conspiracy. Why did Ruby, with no apparent motive, decide to kill Oswald? Ruby claimed he was distraught over Kennedy's death and wanted to spare Jacqueline Kennedy the ordeal of a trial. However, his actions left many questions unanswered and added a new layer of mystery to the unfolding saga. The Warren Commission. In response to the growing public outcry for answers, President Lyndon B. Johnson established the Warren Commission on November 29, 1963. Headed by Chief Justice Earl Warren, the commission was tasked with investigating the assassination and determining whether Oswald had acted alone or as part of a conspiracy. After nearly 10 months of investigation, the Warren Commission published an 888-page report in September 1964. The report concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in assassinating President Kennedy and that Jack Ruby acted alone in killing Oswald. The commission found no evidence of a conspiracy, either foreign or domestic. Despite this official conclusion, many Americans remained skeptical. Conspiracy theories and doubts. The Warren Commission's findings did little to quell the numerous conspiracy theories that have begun to circulate. Some of the most prevalent theories suggested involvement by the CIA, the Mafia, anti-Castro Cuban exiles, or even elements within the U.S. government. Skeptics pointed to perceived inconsistencies and unanswered questions in the official narrative, such as the magic bullet theory, which posited that a single bullet caused multiple wounds to both Kennedy and Connally. Books, articles, and documentaries proliferated, each proposing different versions of what might have happened. One of the most influential critiques came from New Orleans District Attorney Jim Garrison, who brought a case against businessman Clay Shaw in 1967, alleging a conspiracy to kill the president. Although Shaw was acquitted, Garrison's investigation added fuel to the conspiracy fire. The House Select Committee on Assassinations. In the 1970s, further investigations were spurred by the Watergate scandal and a general distrust of government. The U.S. House of Representatives established the House Select Committee on Assassinations, HSCA, in 1976 to re-examine the deaths of John F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. The HSCA's final report, issued in 1979, concluded that Kennedy was likely assassinated as a result of a conspiracy. The committee's acoustics experts analyzed a recording made on a police motorcycle radio and concluded that there was a high probability that a second gunman fired at the president. Despite this, the HSCA was unable to identify any specific individuals or groups involved in the alleged conspiracy, leaving the matter unresolved. The Zapruder film. One of the most crucial pieces of evidence in the JFK assassination is the Zapruder film. Captured by amateur filmmaker Abraham Zapruder, this 26-second, silent, color motion picture is the most complete visual record of the assassination. The film shows the fatal headshot in graphic detail and has been extensively analyzed by investigators, researchers, and conspiracy theorists alike. The Zapruder film was initially withheld from public view but was eventually broadcast by ABC News in 1975. Its graphic depiction of the assassination brought the horror of the event into millions of living rooms and reignited public interest in the case. The film's analysis has fueled debates over the number of shots fired and the direction from which they came, adding to the ongoing controversy. The grassy knoll and the second shooter. One of the most enduring elements of the JFK assassination conspiracy theories is the idea of a second shooter on the grassy knoll, a small hill overlooking Dealey Plaza. Many witnesses reported hearing shots from the direction of the knoll and seeing smoke or a flash of light. The grassy knoll quickly became a focal point for those who doubted the lone gunman theory. Over the years, various pieces of alleged evidence have been put forward to support the grassy knoll theory, including witness testimonies and photographic analyses. However, no conclusive proof has ever been found. The grassy knoll remains a symbol of the enduring mystery and the search for truth in the JFK assassination. The legacy of the assassination. The assassination of John F. Kennedy left an indelible mark on American history. It shattered the nation's sense of innocence and trust in its institutions. The young president's death became a defining moment for the baby boomer generation, much like the Pearl Harbor attack and the September 11th attacks would be for other generations. Kennedy's assassination also had significant political and cultural repercussions. It paved the way for Lyndon B. Johnson's presidency and his ambitious Great Society programs, as well as the escalation of the Vietnam War. The event has been the subject of countless books, movies, and documentaries, reflecting its deep impact on the American psyche. Continuing controversies and new evidence. In the decades since the assassination, new evidence and theories have continued to emerge. The release of previously classified documents, advancements in forensic technology, and ongoing research have all contributed to the evolving understanding of the events of November 22, 1963. In 2017, thousands of JFK assassination files were released to the public, providing new insights but also raising further questions. Researchers continue to comb through these documents, looking for clues that might finally resolve the lingering doubts and suspicions. The role of media and popular culture. The JFK assassination has had a profound influence on American media and popular culture. It has been depicted and analyzed in numerous films, such as Oliver Stone's JFK, which presented a controversial take on the events and further fueled conspiracy theories. Television shows, books, and even music have explored the assassination, reflecting its enduring grip on the collective imagination. The media's role in shaping public perception of the assassination cannot be understated. From the initial news coverage to the ongoing debates and documentaries, the way the assassination has been reported and interpreted has significantly influenced how it is understood by the public. Chapter 13: Personal Reflections and National Memory. For many Americans, the assassination of JFK is not just a historical event but a deeply personal memory. Those who lived through that day recall where they were and what they were doing when they heard the news. The shared national grief and the collective questioning that followed have created a powerful, enduring memory. JFK's legacy as a leader who inspired hope and ambition lives on. His speeches, particularly his call to "Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country," continue to resonate. Despite the controversies surrounding his death, Kennedy's vision of a united, forward-looking America remains a powerful ideal. The search for truth. More than 6 decades after that fateful day in Dallas, the assassination of John F. Kennedy remains one of the most investigated and debated events in American history. The quest for truth has led to numerous official investigations, countless books, and a seemingly endless stream of theories and speculations. While the definitive answer to the question of who killed JFK may never be fully resolved, the search for truth continues to captivate the public. The assassination serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictable turns of history. It challenges us to reflect on the nature of power, the role of government, and the enduring quest for justice and understanding.